Yeah, alright. So, I just want to preface this video by saying Happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, however you guys want to say it, in case the Walk Brigade ruins Christmas, or whatever you want to start saying, and stuff like that. I'm just going to say out of the top of my head again, because, you know, I'm great at scripting, otherwise I'm going to say, you know, about 3 times now in the space of this. But this is the Council Certified Christmas episode that we did in 2021, I believe, so obviously things are a bit different in how we talk, and Tom swears quite a fair bit. I swear quite a fair bit because, you know, with T-siders, it's practically in our vernacular. Like, you can't say a full sentence without saying the F word, do you know what I mean? Just because it's like it's a filler thing. So, yeah, I hope you guys are all doing well. But, yeah, I'm just prefacing the video by saying hope you're all doing well. Merry, happy Christmas, whatever, happy holidays, and all the other ones that are going on and stuff like that. And I want to just say thank you for the, what's it called? The thing, that one. The uptake in views and stuff like that lately. Is it reception? That's it. That was the word I was looking for. I want to say thank you for the reception of the videos that have been put on my channel of recently on Vampiric Misfit. I couldn't be more grateful for it. And I keep saying to Tom, I've peaked at like 2k views on like a video that I've done, but I'm trying to upload more regularly, and I'm trying to upload as much as I can, really. We're trying to do a video once a week, and I'm definitely going to try and get the podcast episodes up and maybe starting a podcast of my own again, just doing like solo stuff, because Jess Pinkney, Pink Nails, is doing a Spotify podcast at the moment, and it's really good. I want to put the links to it in the description below, and if you're watching this on Spotify, it is Just a Motivational Mess on Spotify if you want to go and look that up, and links will be there. If I can put links in a Spotify thing, I don't know, it's my first time uploading to Spotify directly rather than using a third party site, but that's pretty much it. I hope you guys are doing well, and hope you have a good Christmas and you get everything that you want, and Santa was really nice to you. Right, bye. I can't pause the recording.
Are you sure you don't want to start as well? Alright, good. So, welcome to a special episode of the Council Certified Podcast, because we're actually in the same room instead of doing it on Discord. And yeah, Christmas happened, and it was very good. A very nice time. So Matty, the missing link, what the fuck is up with that?
It's exactly what it sounds like, Bob. It's a missing link.
No, what's the theory? That's what I'm asking you.
The theory is there's a missing link. That's literally... You started this off with the most bland of topics.
It's a YouTube link that was removed, so...
Okay. Well, what topics have you wrote down? What I asked us to write down?
You didn't ask us to write down anything, you
Did
literally just sat there.
No, you said you'll bring the Peaky Blinders notebook down, we'll write ideas in that, and then you kept the Peaky Blinders notebook to yourself.
And you literally just sat
me
there
and Tom doodled.
going, oh yeah, how do I get Audacity to work on a laptop? While we literally just sat here and just sort of drew cocks in your book, so...
Alright, so thanks for listening, everyone. See you in the next one. We're going to set a timer for about, like, I don't know, just do like an hour. So
I've got my watch. I'll just...
Go on then.
Yeah, well, I'll just tell you when it's been an hour.
Okay. So, we are joined with Tom, DRTS, who's going to start doing YouTube again.
Yeah.
Thank Christ.
Mm-hmm.
We got me, who's a Vampiric Misfit, which is still a cringy name that I need to change.
What do you mean?
I might change it. I don't know.
Alright.
I do like it. I don't like it at the same time. We've got Matty, who used to be the Inglewood Beast and eat fucking whole chocolate oranges without being asked.
Mate, it's really awkward. Like,
Yeah, you think what?
yeah, you're supposed to be like the horse of Council Certified, and all you're doing is sat there playing with your knob, so...
I'm autistic,
Well, you
I
know
can't help
that.
it.
Doesn't matter if you're autistic. Autistic people can play with the knobs and still do a podcast, so come
That's
on.
true. Okay, so we're going to start the first topic of conversation with... what's your favourite thing about Christmas? Because it's a Christmas... This is technically a Christmas episode, even though it's going to get released in, like, January.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or February, probably.
I don't know. I've become one of those people where it's like Christmas was like, oh yeah, you know, sit around the tree.
That's it. Sit around the tree, phase out.
Sit around the tree and like, oh, this is what your nana got you. And it's like, oh yeah, she got me them Reeboks I told her not to get me, but she got me them anyway. Cheers, Nan. You're welcome, you dad. And then you're like, oh, right, thanks. And then your dad's like, well, couldn't afford to get you anything this year because, you know, work's been eating my arse. Realistically, he spent all the money on whiskey because, you know...
He's an alcoholic.
Yeah, he's an alcoholic. Your mum's probably not there because she probably walked out when you were 7. I don't know, like, Christmas just means a lot of things to people. To me, it doesn't mean fall anymore because it's all commercialised bullshit now. It's like, buy, and it's not like family and love and shit anymore like it used to be. Polar Express calls this. The Polar Express is the reason why everything's gone to shit.
I'm trying to think what else we can talk about.
God, this is off to a great fucking start, this.
I don't know.
You could just open up with, like, well, what's the state of YouTube and stuff, or, you know, something, like,
Okay, so Tom,
interesting.
you coming back to YouTube, right? With the current
Yeah.
state that it is now, do you think it was the right move to do?
No.
No. because
I don't think going back to YouTube's viable at all. I think YouTube's a fucking cesspool of fucking demonetization and fucking false copyright claims. But you know, you got to make a living somehow.
entertaining children.
I'm not entertaining children.
It's all. That's essentially what YouTube is, though, isn't it? It's the really dark sort of realization of the fact that you have to cater to kids now, because you can't like actually. You can make video essays because they take off considering the fact they're like fucking hours long, but some of them are shit and they're very like misinterpreting the messages that they give out. Right, hello and welcome to an episode of the Council Certified Podcast. This is a Christmas one. Happy Christmas, because chances are this is gonna get uploaded in about February time to mid-March.
You said January the first time we attempted to record it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Change my mind. It'll be March when it comes out, so
Right.
that's all you're getting. I am joined
Very
with
good special.
yeah. I am joined with Matty.
Yo.
He doesn't have any handles on anything besides your Instagram. If you want to plug your Instagram,
And his
stuff like
sides obviously for riding him.
Don't even have an Instagram, mate, so you know.
that. Oh,
Free bird.
he's got a TikTok, but I won't tell anyone what it is.
Secrets, mate.
I'm also joined with Durag TS, Tom,
Yeah, sup.
and I am the ever-growing Vampire Fit because
The
In the
revolting
stomach-
blob.
the revolting blob in the stomach area. We're joined by Nick, who's cowering under a blanket because
He's a bitch.
he's tired.
He's not well. He's sort of here. He's not really in the podcast, but he's there. Start of the podcast, right? We're gonna talk about some shit, some good shit. Because Vampiric Misfit, he was like, right, we're gonna do a podcast. So we're sitting here doing a podcast, but he hasn't thought of anything to say. So we'll start off right with some quirky and weird, bizarre films that we've all watched. That's a good one to start with. See?
Okay, so we watched.
No. What we've watched, what you've watched. And we talk about the films individually.
Okay. That's a tough one because I haven't watched any films.
Right, we won't start with you. We'll start with Matty.
Start
then.
with Matty.
First, the most recent one I can bring to light is ABC's Death, both 1 and 2. What a fucked up plot they are. Don't know if anyone's ever seen them, but you know.
Yeah, I've seen him.
Wow. If you love claymation, it's the film for you. If you don't, it's still the film for you because it'll terrify the shit out of you.
But is it all claymation or is it like some of it's?
Because I thought it was in segments as well.
So no, T for toilet is claymation. I know
TV
that.
Toilet's claymation, some of it's live action, some of it is just straight up animated. Can't really remember.
Wow, that's such, an evaluation
well,
of content.
Oh yeah, let's pick films. The one thing that only I watch.
Yeah, well, what else do you watch then?
Fuck all.
Oh, well, you're fucking useless.
Oh yeah, I'm used to this. Is the one that come up with a fucking.
How
How about we talk about?
about we talk about your mum? Let's talk about your mum for an hour.
Below.
Downton Abbey?
That's not a film though.
I'm talking about Downton Abbey. Fuck that.
Well, me and Nick have been watching Downton Abbey, right, and it's got some really good themes in it, like car crashes, people throwing up blood over dinner,
How would be a toff?
a lot of Tory posting basically, a lot of San Pellegrino drinking people on there, thinking they're rock hard, because I decided as a revelation I'm gonna start watching any fucking TV show that I've got on my list of Netflix, even if the TV shows that I originally thought were shit or like people would just watch them because they're on.
Have you seen Home Sweet Home yet?
No, what is that?
It's like, basically, it's like in Japan or Korea or somewhere Asian.
Okay.
Ah yeah, the
don't-
continent
I
of
don't- yeah.
Asia.
It's just somewhere in Asia.
Yeah.
But I'm obviously too much of a numbskull to like know. Just think Asia as a whole. It's somewhere there. right?
Asian, yeah.
And basically, it's like a giant apartment complex, and people who live there, like, oh yeah, every day, businessmen, smackheads, whatever. They're all just like, living in an apartment complex. And out of nowhere, there's like this sort of outbreak, but it's not like a zombie outbreak. It's like it's hard to describe. It's like demons and shit. And basically, like all of them get it like one by one, and they all turn into different things. But then I think it's like everyone's capable of getting it, but they don't know how you get it. It's mental though, because like when you first get it, your nose starts gushing blood, and then like this woman turns into a fucking fetus, and it's weird. And then like these other people turn into like these like sort of like the Babadook looking motherfuckers and stuff. And you're like, oh, who's that cunt there? And you're like, oh, that's Sandra from upstairs. What happened to her? And then you look at her, and she's like a fucking spider, like doing.
Isn't
Spider
it meant to be what was that show that was going to take over Squid Game? Or was
Oh,
that
Alice in Borderlands or something.
No, it was Alison. Well, that was one of them. But the other one was like
Squid Game 2.
no, it was like during the Rapture, and it was like people had to do like challenges to get into heaven. and if they don't, they get turned into demons.
This is the end? I don't know.
No, I'm trying to think what it's called. But yeah, continue with your...
No, that's it. It's just
Okay.
mental shit happens, but like it's just a crazy show. But it's not like Squid Game though, where it's like you're doing it for counterfeit money. Because let's be real, they're probably not going to get the real money. If it was real, if you were going to go right, we're going to capture all these people and be like, right, you're in debt, everyone's in debt. Let's fucking fling them all into a room together. Chances are the winner's not going to get that fucking money. You just kill them because they just fucking tell everyone.
But can we spoil the end of the Squid Game?
Well, I just technically did, didn't I?
Yeah. It's the case in point of like, what is he now that he's actually got all that money? What's he gonna do?
Probably buy a graphics card.
He's
He'd have enough finally. Yeah.
Because the theory is that the old man was his dad, or something. Because he was like he wanted him to take over the
Yeah,
games.
it's something like that. But like, no, you're stepping into territory there where you'd have to have watched it. Because otherwise you're just saying like, oh well, the old man might have been his dad. And like, well, no one's gonna know what you mean unless you've watched it. But, like, we're just rambling about shit now, so it's like, well,
Okay.
what do you mean just okay? Like, we shaved Ethan's head.
We did shave my head, and I think it's a very good job considering the fact there's like still a patch at the front of my head
Where the
Which
hair's
is, like,
missing.
where the hair is missing because I am thinning at the front. Well, I
Thinning.
think I'm balding, but yeah, I'm definitely balding. But I shave my hair and pretend I'm not bothered, so because it doesn't bother me. I think I've went through the long hair stage now.
Yeah.
Where I was going for
And now you're going through the long back and receded.
short back and laughed at. So
No, that's mine. Mine's shot back and fucking pulled through, so...
then when it gets to a stage where I can probably cut it again, I'll probably get short back and sides. Here's hoping it grows back. So we're just praying at Christ.
Right. He looks like Matt Damon from fucking Eurotrip at the moment, so...
We should get him
Scotty
a couple
always
pieces.
knew, though.
Scotty has always known.
He
from
always
start
knew.
to finish.
Is there anything you want to talk about, Matty?
Nothing I can think of.
Oh.
I was hoping we get philosophical.
Helpful as a fucking chocolate fireguard, you. I swear to God.
Yeah. Impromptu this, impromptu that. Let's talk
Yeah, well,
about
you just
nothing.
fucking just say what's on your mind.
Nothing. Legit nothing.
There is. How was work today?
Boring as shit.
Yeah, because
Well, there you
Matty
go.
actually-
Talk
Matty
about how
worked
much you
upstairs.
fucking hate work. I don't know, like, well, what's it like working 9 to 5 then?
Boring as shit. I'm pretty sure anyone on here that works 9 to 5 can tell you 9 to 5 is boring as shit. Nobody wants to come here and watch a podcast and listen to me talk about work. You don't come to a podcast.
Yeah, that's why I talk about
There's
why
no,
you
there's
don't
no
like work.
podcast.
Why don't you like work? Well, the employees that that work there, are they all the same person? Could be. You don't know. You never see them. So
I've saved
is
the
Jan
podcast.
from Floor 52 the same guy as fucking Derek from Floor 51? We don't know.
Okay, that's a question to ask you. Do you miss working in a workspace?
Yeah,
or-
of course I do. It's boring as shit sitting at home doing nothing.
Yeah, but isn't it just as boring being in the workspace though?
No, because
No,
there's
because-
people to talk to. There's break rooms to go to, have a chat,
But doesn't your boss come in and go, right, get back to work, you fucking fat cunt, like that and stuff?
Right, well, wouldn't you come back?
I would if I was the boss. I'd be walking in every 5 minutes. Well, you've got tea again. Why the fuck are you getting cup of coffee again? Like, sit the fuck down.
Taking the
How
tea
many,
bags,
yeah,
Margaret,
how
get
many
out.
coffees do you want in one fucking day?
We
I'm
don't-
not paying you to drink coffee. I'm paying you to get these fucking TPS reports done.
I'm paying
Fat
you.
bitch.
I'm paying you to get these fucking COVID living with arseholes who are staying at
Exactly.
home, can't do anything. We want
Bend
their
over
money.
while I smack you with a stapler. Like,
Yeah.
sticking post-it notes to your arsehole and riding you like a donkey back to your fucking cubicle.
Do you miss like passive
Like,
aggressive?
fuck that.
Do you miss passive aggressive post-it notes in the fridge?
Yeah, and then you're like assistant manager as well, on top of the manager. Like, Matty, you need to get your reports done. Then the assistant manager comes. Matty, you need to get your reports done. And then the assistant manager comes in.
And
Matty, you need to get your
how
reports
come
done.
no one's telling Matty to get his reports done?
And then this fucking bloke who's across from you, it's like, it seems like you need to get your reports done. But do you not just go to him? Fuck off, Derek, like that.
I think I have a really warped view of how the fucking.
I'd give him.
Well,
Do
I can tell you
you
what,
know what? No, I'd give Derek an enema.
So-
Me, I'd blast shit across at him.
Okay then, so from the workspace environment then, without because obviously we can't name names and stuff, right? Yes or no? Has there been anyone at work where you'd want to smash a cup of boiling hot coffee over the face,
Oh,
walk
yeah.
away and leave them screaming?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because I
What
think
about the
you need to
whole
have that.
pot? Like, smash the whole
The
pot.
whole
over the
pot
we
would
don't
be
have
something
pots,
as
so-
well.
Yeah, like, you know, like Americans where they got the diners where you like, you know.
Yeah. Guess what? That's American, mate.
Yeah.
We don't live in America. We
So
don't
like,
have
no,
coffee
you have
pots.
one of those, and you just walk over, and you're like, right.
Well, no,
I've been here like 5 months.
Ram a
right?
cafetiere press up your arsehole.
Exactly.
So just
Handle side in first as well.
no, the thing that pushes it downside in first,
Right.
the grated bit.
Exactly. And you sat there like, fucking hell, like, do you know what? I've been working here 5 months. I can't fucking do this anymore. And you get up like Wesley from the fucking Wanted. You get up and you're just like, right, I'm going to go up my boss's office. I'm going to open a drawer and shit in it. I don't want any severance pay. Just fuck off, like, and walk
Like
out
a
your office.
massive shit. Yeah.
Exactly. not like a oh, I might have had a few chocolates last night. No, this is Bombay Curry Club, full on diarrhea in the drawer.
Like looks like it was grown in a lab type shit. You know, like proper.
You spilled chocolate paste in my drawer. That's not chocolate.
Like a mix of like fish paste and disgust.
Exactly, and it just smells like fucking.
Matty's giving us the fucking weirdest look.
It just
He's
smells
where
like
the hell's this
Oromorph
gone?
carrot juice and shit.
And welcome back, listeners. You're back to the 9:05 o'clock news. This is how Ethan and Tom have not got jobs, because they shit in their boss's pants.
Yeah,
We
obviously.
shit in the cupboards because it's fun. That's why.
So I've pulled up a.
I couldn't do it, you know. I'd kill myself. Why haven't you killed yourself yet? I'd fucking kill myself if I had to sit there in a cubicle every fucking day for the rest of my life. I would have got my staple gun out, fucking stapled my fucking eyelids open and throw myself out a fucking window. And your boss is like going in your ear every day, and you're like, you know, the computer's making bing bong noises, and that's fucking working. Why isn't it working? Windows Vista's installed, and that's fucking why.
Anyway, back to
you got the
Matty.
fucking photocopy, you boot
And
the
to any
cunt.
employers out
And
there,
then-
this is Tom's
This is actual
application.
Tom's CV.
Yeah, my CV is basically don't fucking talk to me and I'll do the work.
If you what I need to do, I'll do
Exactly,
it.
just
and
give
I'll
us
get
it.
sacked because
Just
I
lay
didn't do what
it
you
in front
told
of me and
to
just
do.
be like, right, that's what you need to do. Get it done. It'll be done by the end of the fucking day.
Task
Other than
one.
that, completely just fucking stood over me, breathe on me with your fucking dog shit coffee breath every fucking day. I can't do it. I can't work in an office. Who the fuck thinks it's alright working in an office? Fuck that.
Because I was thinking
I'm not
the
explaining
podcast
it.
is dry, but then it just proper picked up out of fucking nowhere.
Because
So we're
someone
gonna
had to fucking say
keep...
something.
I know. Someone had to say something. I'm gonna fucking pause and rant. Oh, should we talk about this?
Right,
But
yeah.
we're not. We're keeping it fucking going. So I've got a random topic generator for conversation starters, right? Because this is for this is an app probably made for fucking families that literally just don't speak to each other unless they come down for tea.
Right.
Right. So we're gonna start with the first one that came up. Is what is, in your opinion, the most overrated movie?
Most
It could be a
overrated.
franchise. It could be a standard one.
Don't start with me because mine would probably be best saved for last. Go with you, Ethan.
I'm gonna go with a bog standard. I am generally just gonna say I can't understand anyone that thinks Fast and Furious is good, like past
But no
the
one thinks
second one.
they're that good.
No, but
They
people
kinda-
do.
no, but they're
strangely
kinda
enough,
like-
Tom, people really suck them off.
Oh,
Like the proper do.
nah. Like it's not. No, like when I say overrated, like when someone would say overrated, I would have think something that's like up there, like Titanic or something like.
Oh,
It's like
Titanic
a critically
is
acclaimed
overrated, though.
film. That's what I mean. Like a critically acclaimed film that's overrated. Fast and Furious isn't overrated because a lot of people don't like it, as is. It's like we're looking at films where they've got like a 9 or an 8 out of 10 on IMDb. Fast and Furious has never hit that. They've got like a 7 on one of them, and that's it. And that's only because Paul Walker died, and that was out of sympathy.
Oh,
That's not me being nasty. That's just straight facts because he died. That's why that one was so good because it had more emotional trauma and effect behind it. Whereas the others have just been like, oh, well, this character died in quotations, and then
I think as
nothing.
well, okay, I'll change my mind then. Well, I'm not gonna change my mind because I do still think it's Fast and Furious, but I'm gonna
Right.
say any Marvel film,
Any.
nearly
Oh,
every.
every? Nah.
I'd say past. Like, what was the first Marvel Cinematic Universe film?
Technically, Spider-Man 1 with Tobey Maguire is technically the first one now.
Oh yeah, 'cause No Way Home.
What came? No. Yeah, it's Spider-Man because
Okay.
it would be the Hulk and then the Incredible
Okay,
Hulk
sorry.
after.
Okay, MCU ones that aren't made by Sony. There we go. The ones that are made by fucking Disney. Like ever since Disney's took over.
Right.
Marvel,
Well, which one you need to
It's
pick
horrible.
one? You can't just say
I'd
any.
say Infinity War's overrated.
Yeah.
Even though people, no, not Infinity War, Endgame, and people would say Endgame was so good. And I was
Ugh.
like, I thought it was
It's-
all right.
It's meh. It's like, it kind of ends where you're like, oh well, yeah, I guess like it makes sense, but then I kind of feel like Endgame kind of was just, I'm gonna say pretty much only the ending was like where it was actually good, where it showed, you know, all the celebrities and it had like, you know, Robert Downey Jr. with his signature and shit like that. I was like, oh yeah. But the rest of it was just retcon after retcon, even though they're like, oh, time travel doesn't work like that. And you're like, well, this whole film was basically just we fucked up in Infinity War. Let's go back and redo the film again, as a film, as a sequel.
Because I feel Deadpool 2 did a lot of stuff like that where.
Yeah, well, a lot of
he-
shit shouldn't have happened, but did.
Yeah, and then he stopped it literally just through time traveling, and then that was it. It was sorted, so all of the events in the film wouldn't have even happened. And it's just, I feel like it's such films that have that like, oh, I've got a time machine, so I'm gonna go back and sort everything out that fucked up in the the
There's
first
always
bit
a
of the
lesson
film.
to be learned.
It's such a
with time
lazy
travel.
writing cop out though.
It's not always, because there's always a lesson to be learned. If there's no lesson to be learned, then there's no point. If I travel back in time just to travel back in time, then what have I learned? I've learned I can travel back in time. And that's it. But like, if you've seen the film The Time Machine, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I've read the book.
Right. Well, the film's shit, but like,
Mhm.
there's a point to it. Basically, there's this big fucking scientist guy, and he's like, right, my wife's fucking dead. And every time he travels back in time, she dies the exact same time, but in a different way, because he tries to prevent her from dying. So he's like, right, I'll go in a park, she fucking dies. He goes near a shop, a fucking carriage crashes into her and kills her. Like, every time. The point of what was thing, she's supposed to die. You can't do anything about it to change because she's gonna fucking die. The point of him inventing the time machine was to deal with his fucking guilt. And then he went back too far, or too far forward, or whatever. I can't remember what happened exactly, what he did. But when he did it, he learned that, oh shit, time travel shouldn't be a fucking thing because shit like this can happen and you can fuck everything up,
'Cause people can be
detrimentally
selfish with it.
ruin everything. And it's, yeah, that's the lesson you learn from it. Back to the Future, he learned that his parents were fucking losers and he shouldn't repeat the same things that they did. So like, when he went in the future, his future was fucked because he didn't learn from fucking past mistakes. So when he went back in time and changed his parents, how they met and everything, fixed out their marriage and stuff, and it wasn't all just built on like the fact of, oh, back in my day when you meet someone, that's who you're destined to marry, they met each other and fell in love with each other with reason. Because before then, his parents were boring, they had shitty dead-end jobs, you know, they didn't do anything, the kids were fuck-ups. And then when he went back and changed it, all the kids were like, you know, mega successful, and so was he. His dad was a fucking acclaimed writer like Stephen King. His mum was just his mum.
His mum
like,
was still his mum, but fitter.
yeah, she didn't actually do anything different. So his mum needs her fucking timeline reorganising.
But I
But
think she's happy though, because his mum.
yeah, she's happy because she's
when they go back, his mum gets a bit more like. I'm not gonna say like getting fat means you're happy, but
no, but
she gets a bit more chubby, but she looks more. She's more comfortable in
yeah,
what she wears.
she looks good.
Yeah, and his mum's like actually genuinely happy.
And then when
Like, I
he
can
goes to the
understand
future,
that.
because Doc's like, right, well your future's fucked, and he's like, well why is mine fucked? And he's like, because your kids are fuck ups, and so are you.
Yeah.
So then he learns when he goes to the future and all that shit happens, and the Back to the Future and all the Red Dead Redemption or Yellowfellow Endeavour, whatever
Yellowfellow
happens.
Endeavour, yeah.
When he goes back to the bit where it's like, right, this is where the moment your life fucks up is right here, right now. He changes it, and it doesn't fucking happen. We don't know what happens in his future now because, you know, we don't get to see that bit. But we know his life isn't going to be shit
Well, you
because he
think
stopped
about
the
is that
fucking thing from happening.
the one thing, no, because you have to remember as well as Marty's
Lesson
like fucked
learned.
up as well because there's a timeline bit where he's on that fucking upside down thing because his back's like permanently broken because he was
No,
in a
that's
car
his,
crash.
his dad.
No, it's him.
No, it's his dad.
Is it?
It's his dad. His back's fucked up on the thing upside down because he fucks up on the golf course.
So, hang on.
His mum.
So I'm thinking, hang on, but what's the one where he was in a? Because at the end of the third one, when they challenge him to a drag race and he crashes.
In the second one, he
But-
would have
But
crashed,
then,
yeah.
but don't they bring up saying like, oh, Marty could have been this and that if he hadn't have fucked his guitar hand up because he was. In a
Yeah, and
crash.
that's what I was on about.
Yeah.
The lesson learned was, because he saw what his future was like and what was going to fucking happen to his kids, he changed it because he learned his lesson.
Well, that's a good thing to bring up.
That's what I'm saying. Time travel, you do it as a story point, it's to learn a lesson. You never just have time travel as a fucking plot device for no reason because it doesn't make sense.
What films do you reckon do it though?
What, have time travel just for the sake of time travel?
Yeah.
Deadpool 2. There was no lesson that we learned for that one. He just went back and changed everything, but it was funny. That's why it was alright.
Because Deadpool was still
So-
chaotic as well.
But if I had like a film where I was like, right, I've invented a time machine, right? Ethan is going to be Dr. Brown, right? Matty, you can just be my my plucky sidekick, right? So I'm like, right, boys, I've been up all night, right? Smashed about 3 rounds of Red Bulls and all that, right?
And cocaine.
I've come up with this mint idea. My goldfish, right? We use its scales. We develop like some serum thing, and we inject it in ourselves, and then we build an Xbox that can travel back in time, right? And we can be anyone we want to be and be famous, be rich and whatever. All we have to do is eat my goldfish. And he's like, right, we're gonna do it. We're gonna fucking do it. It's the best idea ever, right? What would you go back and change?
I wouldn't eat the fucking goldfish.
Yeah, but you'd have to eat the goldfish.
No.
The plot
No.
device is the goldfish.
It is. The
Just
plot
broke,
device.
just broke your thing.
It's not
Only
the
the
goldfish is the reason we can travel back.
Do we have to eat? Can we cook it first?
What? Yeah,
No,
yeah,
I
right.
No, you have to eat it raw.
Right, you could be the executive producer of the film then. As long
You
as
have
we
to
cook
swallow
the
it like a
goldfish,
pill.
we cook the goldfish, the film can be made now.
Right, okay.
So, right, the film's getting made, the ideas are done, we're in the film now, right?
Yeah.
We're sat here talking. Right, boys, are we going to travel back in time, yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do?
I'm gonna go back in time, right? And you know that first fish that came out of the water and started the whole evolution chain of bullshit, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn it back around and put it back in the water. And that way we can never go build the fucking
but
time
then-
travel device.
It doesn't work like that because if we go back and do that, we create a
just
new
gonna fucking
timeline. So then
boot
you
it
just
back
fucked
into
it
the
up.
There you go,
pond.
lesson learned.
No,
Don't evolve.
right. Well, he's not allowed to come now, so it's just me and you, Ethan.
Right, okay,
he's not
right,
allowed to come
okay.
anymore. So what are you gonna go back and change?
What about the world, or just about like?
Literally anything. I'm saying, like, as long as you eat this goldfish, you can do whatever you want.
Bloody fish.
So eat the goldfish.
Okay, to a point where, like, okay, at some point in the future where we can actually, listen to to what some hippies actually say and recycle more. I guess that's what I'd change.
What the fuck?
You'd do something good. You know what I mean? You'd probably like.
I would literally just go to the fucking Euro Millions, the biggest one that's ever been in the history.
and take part in it.
Rewind back to that point, make sure I get the ticket that wins,
And
give
then-
it to myself with the money in hand or whatever,
Can
and then
figure
there
out-
you go.
But
And then you can go back and go, right, well, I've done that and everything, got the money, and then you can take that money back in time with you and make sure everyone fucking recycles. You can build a system or buy into the fucking law or whatever to make sure that we don't fucking litter. Have something like, I don't know, like a fucking hole in the ground where you drop litter into, or it sucks the litter into the ground.
that would not work.
It doesn't matter, you've got enough money to make it happen, so...
Yeah, but that's the thing. So there is, you're trying to say the point now is that even if you went back in time to change something, you think you did well, something equally as bad happens, and you've got two choices.
Nah,
You
that's-
either go back again, or like a million fucking times to stop that one thing from happening.
Doesn't
that
no
went bad
no.
from you.
What
I'm
I'm on
going
about
for
is
your
you go
first
back. We're not
option.
doing the whole Back to the Future where you see yourself again. It's like you go back in time, right? And it's to a point of where when you go back, there's only one of you going back. There isn't like four of you there. So if I go back and then I go back again to the exact same point, it's gonna be two versions of me. There'll be one. You only rewind the once, and then it's like every time you rewind, you only go back to affect what you changed
Okay.
to that point.
But then when you think that if you went back in time to change like a Euro Millions result, wouldn't you be technically ruining someone's life?
So fuck, you
'Cause
wouldn't care.
I've never heard a success story to come out of Euro Millions or the lottery where the person has ended up being an absolute dick. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Some
hasn't
people just
got-
give it
it's
away
never-
though.
It normally never goes to a nasty person. But I mean, as far as I know, I don't know if the lottery's actually ever went to someone who's evil. But like, you have to think about this as well. The second that you win the lottery, every fucking charity and their mum rings you up because all of a sudden they have your number.
Yeah,
And it's
because
like, oh, we need a £4 a month to help fucking starving kids in Ghana. It's like, they're fucking...
Yeah, so I'll
government
give-
should be doing that,
if I
not
give
me.
£4 of that a month to you,
I've just bought another
I'm
mansion,
technically
fuck
only
you.
giving them about 5p of that £4, so why would I do that? I could literally just go there directly and hand them the money. I'd rather just do that. I would rather just do that.
Just
in
do what
fact.
Akon is doing. When he's like, isn't he
Yeah,
building a house?
he's going over there and actually, well, he's not going over there, but he's actually got people who are there for him.
He's not
Who's
gone
do- who's
over
doing it all
himself.
for him?
He just sent his PR team to do
Yeah, but
it.
it's like, well, you like I don't know, you give him like 250 million or whatever,
Akon is definitely
and then like
building
one
your house, I
out of that
promise.
250 million, like one village gets fucking sorted because of that. One fucking village, and where's the rest of the money going?
The other village.
Exactly. And what are they doing with it? They're buying fucking used cars and going around shooting each other. So like,
Exactly.
I don't know.
So,
It's like, right, well, if I was gonna go back, what would I do? I wouldn't go back and do that. I'd go back in time, make sure that obviously I have a lot of money and blah blah blah. But I wouldn't just fucking sit there and think, right, well, I've got a time machine. I wouldn't go back and kill Hitler because things are supposed to happen for a reason. If you go back and not, I don't know, if you stop World War II from happening, something drastic's gonna fucking change regardless. So like, we think, oh, well, we're living in like a timeline where everything's shit.
we won't have a World War III now, we'll just have a World War II again.
No, but like, no, like if
Second
we
one
go
didn't
back and
happen.
we go back in time and we kill Hitler, right?
Right.
Someone will take his place who's equally or more than just evil enough to fucking change
Even
that.
more eviler than Skeletor.
Exactly. So like, we'll kill Hitler, and then it'll be like Hitler 2 will come out or whatever, and then he'll go, right, well, killing the Jews wasn't enough. Let's kill the blacks as well, and then I don't exist.
Right, but okay. So
then like you
So what if we
can't.
go back in time and kill Hitler, and then Eva Braun gets like really pissed off, and she becomes even
And
worse
she
than
becomes
Hitler?
Mega Hitler. Then there you go. She marries Hitler, and she's not even Braun anymore. She's Eva Hitler.
Isn't
Even
she-
Hitler.
Eva Hitler. Hang on. Isn't she already married to him anyway? She's just still called Braun.
Well, it doesn't matter. Regardless, it's the fact of like if you go back and you kill
No,
Hitler,
but did they get married? Or was
someone's
she
going to
just, like, his
replace him.
concubine?
Someone's going to be just as equally or worse off. So it's like
Was
right.
she just his concubine?
No, he got married to her before he killed himself.
Oh.
And her.
Supposedly killed himself. We don't know because obviously you
can
never actually.
we please jump into the fucking where's Hitler myth, right?
Well, he's in
Oh,
Portugal
well.
living it up, isn't he?
Hang
So
on though. though, there was some evidence to say that Hitler actually did escape. His pilot said at the Nuremberg trials that he flew him and Eva Braun out.
But I thought they were in a bunker or something and they killed themselves in a bunker. And if they tried to escape, they would have got
poisoned
shot. 'cause they were
themselves,
getting
shot
stormed.
themselves, gassed themselves. The Russians killed them and separated the body parts. There's loads of different theories of what actually happened, but there's no definitive how did Hitler die. There isn't one.
Would they have executed Hitler then? Like, if he was
Yeah.
still alive, would they have executed
I
him?
would have if that was me. If I was like Sergei the Great or something, right? And I walked into his fucking house on a hill, walked in there with all the boys and stuff, with all my PPSHs and stuff.
Your
and-
rent's due.
Exactly. Walk in there, right? Fucking Charlie Chaplin, get down here now, like that. And he's like screaming at me in German. I'm like, right, well I can't understand what you're fucking saying, but get down here now. We drag him out by his fucking.
Assuming he can understand what he's saying when
Yeah,
he's saying.
I can't, because I'm speaking Russian, so I'm not gonna fucking know what he's saying. And drag him out by his fucking bums, right? Fling him in the streets and go, right, there's Berlin, here's me rifle, bang in the back of his head
Do you
like
reckon
that.
in an alternative universe, right, if Hitler was killed really early on, do you reckon Hitler tashes would still be in fashion?
Yeah, there probably would have been.
Do you reckon?
Oh, there would have been because it's
He had
it's
to make
only
the Hitler
him.
tash so like.
It's only him that's made it like that.
But Charlie Chaplin had a Hitler mustache.
But that was
didn't he?
before. Charlie Chaplin was before Hitler's time. Like, well, no, I mean, Hitler, right.
Yeah, he was
Charlie
alive.
Chaplin.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Charlie Chaplin was before. So, like, Charlie Chaplin was alright because, you know, it's like, yeah, or whatever. And then Hitler's like, Heil! Like, straight away. And everything's
That's it.
fucked.
Mustache ruined.
Exactly.
Can't do it.
Anymore. It's gone. It's all
Versace
gone.
still got shot, so now we hear about
But, like,
Versace.
If we're going back, right, let's say if Hitler, he supported a fucking, what's the beard called? Where mutton chops. If Hitler had mutton chops, we couldn't have mutton chops anymore, could we? Because he'd have fucking ruined the facial style. You wouldn't have fucking people like, what's his name? Wolverine's brother in X-Men. He wouldn't exist anymore. Sabretooth, he'd be fucking gone. Next one Origins
he'd
Wolverine.
be still Sabretooth. He'll just have a different
He'd
fucking
have
style
a, he'd
hair.
have a Charlie Chaplin touch instead.
fucking Hitler touch.
Because it wouldn't be fashionable. Because you think, well, Hitler had one of them. So
I feel like this has turned into Thomas Ted talk on Hitler and time travel.
Yeah, Hitler
It
time
is,
travel,
yeah.
and we're just in the background just going along with it.
right, no, but like if you were, let's say like we went back, right? Like I said, me, Big Sergey, me, like that or whatever. We go into fucking what was the building called?
What building?
The Reichstag. We walk into the
Yeah.
Reichstag, right? We drag Hitler down the fucking stairs, right? We've got ropes and shit, right? Like kinky bastard, obviously, because he loves it. While we're like railing him down, well, not railing him, but like, while Matty's railing him, right? Me and you were bringing him down the stairs, right, and everything, and all the boys are like that at the bottom of the stairs, chatting Russian shit at him, right? Eva Braun's upstairs getting bummed by someone because obviously she doesn't love Hitler anymore
Because he's actually he turned out quite like shit
Yeah,
near the end.
exactly. So Hitler's like,
Near the end.
I only date champions. That's what she
Exactly.
said, and then took the cyanide.
yeah,
and dropped off.
that's her thing on YouTube. It's a bio. I only date
I only
champions.
date champions. I
Eva
only
Braun,
date-
4 million
I
subs on
only date
YouTube.
World War II winners.
Like, we bring Hitler down the stairs, right? Clumpty. He gets to the bottom of the stairs. He's like, right, well, what the fuck's going on? Like, right, we've heard about the shit you've been doing, all these atrocities and shit, right? Are you going to apologise for him? We need to apologise to BBC Radio right now, right? We're going to get you on, right? After 4 o'clock, you're going to sit down with
He's
us.
gonna sit down in Good Morning Britain.
Yeah.
Phil.
Guten Morgen Britain, like that, right?
And fucking
We're going to have a sit down with Hitler and we're going to talk about all the shit he's done. Are you sorry for the stuff that you've done? And he goes, 9. Bang! Right, that's it.
Didn't his
Done.
kids? But didn't his kids get like killed?
I didn't even know Hitler had kids.
Did Hitler have kids? Anna, did Hitler have kids?
Allegedly,
Right.
he didn't. However, they think he did have 2 children.
Yeah, because I'm
So-
sure I read that he had kids somewhere and they hid because they knew that.
Well, yeah.
Obviously, if they were found out to be his kids, they'd just get killed. Even though I'm guessing he had fuck all to do with whatever happened.
I would have fucking killed them because you'd think, well, because of him and how he is, you'd want to kill his kids as well. It's like Saddam Hussein's kids, like everyone wants to fucking kill them.
Yeah, but I think.
Same with Bin Laden, everyone wants to kill his fucking son as well.
It's a
so.
difference though because like the thing is right, I want to kill John Venables because they fucking killed that kid, didn't they? Right?
Yeah.
And I think they're an evil person, but Hitler's kids technically didn't do anything wrong.
Doesn't
They were
matter.
associated
It's
with
just
him,
by
but
associating.
It wasn't their choice to be associated.
Doesn't
because
matter.
they're
I
his-
didn't
that's
choose to
his-
come out of
that's their
someone's
dad's.
dick, but there you go. It could have been fucking Hitler. But there you go.
You
Like,
could have been Hitler. We
yeah,
could
my
all
life's
been
ended
Hitler.
before it's even started because I'm associated with Hitler. So there you go.
I can never understand that. So anyway,
I could.
most overrated movie.
Most, Right, well, most overrated movie. Our movie about like how
Our
we're gonna
movie about how
how
we
times
kill
I went
Hitler by
back
eating
and how I
goldfish.
became Russian out of nowhere. Yeah.
How we're gonna eat goldfish and kill Hitler.
No, it's you have to eat the goldfish, but use its scales and inject them into our bodies, and that's how we're gonna travel back. Because the goldfish scales would create like a temporal like shielding within our bodies.
so we go
prevent
back and
us.
it'll protect us.
Yeah, so we don't like turn inside out when we go through the time vortex and stuff. So
Right, Matty, most overrated film. What do you think?
Why would you ask the non-film student what the fuck he thought the most overrated film was?
Because you're a person.
yeah, you must have seen a film and thought, well, that was a load of shit, and everyone's like, well, why was it a load of shit? And you're like, well, because that character was a fucking cunt.
You wanna know something?
Well,
No, I fucking haven't.
you never watched the film and thought that was a
No.
load of shit.
Well, yeah, plenty, right? But none that I've actually spoken to them and gone, oh, well, actually, I think it was good.
Suicide Squad.
Oh,
You like
nah.
Yeah, but did
Suicide
you like
Squad-
it?
Yeah, it was alright.
Oh, fucking hell.
Suicide Squad still at Squid.
It's-
I can't fucking speak. Suicide Squad was more of like a cult film. The first one definitely spawned a lot of weird fucking people that think like abusive relationships are like goals. And like, you can never say I'm wrong because I'm not. Like, to think
No,
it's like
you are
the
right.
Joker literally tortured her. I don't know how people can be obsessed with like that. That's a whole.
It's the
different
idea of it,
story.
that's why. It's the idea of, like, being in control of someone and doing that, and then there's people who are in love with the idea of being controlled by someone who's like that. That's why people fancy serial killers, because it's like the attractiveness.
Possibility of maybe getting killed by one.
Yeah, it's like
How does
it's like the
that turn you
attractiveness
on?
of the
Do you know what I
danger.
mean?
It's the danger of being with them is what is attractive.
What the fuck? Like,
So it's like drug dealers. Why do you think people like drug dealers so much for dating them? Because it's not like, oh, just because of the free drugs. It's the danger that comes with it.
No,
They find it sexy.
fun
Free
thing just out
drugs.
of nowhere, I'm going to tell you because I need to info dump this on you, right?
What?
One of Ted Bundy's victims was going to be Debbie Harry from fucking Blondie,
Right.
from the band, because she got into his car and he drove her. So he was driving to her. Driving her home because she was walking back from like a festival or something. No, a gig, sorry.
Yeah.
And she literally just noticed something was off, and she got out. But she didn't know he was Ted Bundy. Like, she didn't know it was Ted Bundy until it all came out in like the 70s. No,
Don't know.
I don't know when Ted Bundy got found out. But yeah, what a weird coincidence that fucking. Because I've always been intrigued by like people who live different lives, but somehow the paths get crossed by
Like Batman.
not Batman. Like, do you know what I mean? Like how it'd be like somehow, in World War III, Beyonce is like a fucking tank admiral when she used to sing.
But
Like,
that could happen though.
and she used to sing fucking.
Yeah, but
all
that could
sorts.
happen. Like Elvis was in World War Two.
That's a myth.
No, not World War Two. Was he? He served in Vietnam, didn't he?
No, he didn't serve in any war. He didn't serve in any war.
Oh.
I'm dead sure he didn't have.
I'm pretty
to.
sure he did for like a bit, and then obviously it was his music that
Because
prevented
me
him
and
from
Nick were
going.
talking about this. He's asleep anyway, so he can't.
It
even,
doesn't matter. Just ignore
can't
him.
debate
Right.
with him. Should we? Right. Okay. Can we go for another?
Right,
topic?
no, but like
Hang
you're
on.
right though, because Beyonce could be like an admiral or something, or like Donald Trump could be a general for all we know. Now, fuck that would be, because like
I mean, he's heading that way anyway.
no, but like I don't know, like you get like KSI or something, and you find out like he's actually like an engineer or something
That's
during
shit
World War
by
Three.
accident, me. I can't stand him.
Like, even though you're a celebrity, you're not safe, regardless of if you think you are because of your money.
Ooh, that's a topic. I
Because
like
you're
it.
not. It's
I
like,
like- yeah, I can't
you're
stand
probably
it.
gonna get conscripted regardless, and you'll probably get killed
I can't. Yeah.
because
I-
they'll
I
send you
don't-
somewhere where you probably will fucking die.
I don't like that thing where people have that air of like you're untouchable because you did a certain thing like to make yourself famous. Like
Yeah.
film stars can still get drafted. They can still fucking, have horrible things and get involved with them and stuff like that. Because I think I don't like people who are just like, oh well, I shouldn't have to do this because I'm an influencer on Instagram. Like those people that went to fucking during a lockdown, those like influencers who went to Dubai and stuff to do
Oh, I
like,
remember
fitness
this,
and
yeah.
stuff. And they were like, oh well, I'm a influencer, and
So I shouldn't have to follow the rules.
and
or
I do,
whatever.
yeah. And it was this girl who was like a personal trainer or something, and she was like, oh well, I had to go to Dubai and I had to take all these pictures of like me sunbathing to keep people happy, and it's like because that was the main thing in like the pandemic was like making sure everyone was happy. And it's like, no, it was making sure no one fucking died. But how
Yeah.
far did we get with that
Enjoy,
one?
yeah, just enjoy your holiday in Dubai while we all suffer inside. With people we
while
don't
while
like.
I'm still eating fucking beans on toast for the 5th day in a fucking row.
Exactly, because I can't go out shopping.
Watching Tiger King and eating pot noodle. I actually, you know what? Lockdown, was fucking class. It was the one. It was just so good.
Do you know what? They were like saying, oh yeah, it'll be like a gamer's paradise, being locked inside and like, you know, only having your computer or your Xbox or PlayStation or whatever to keep you company. It was fucking hell.
It's not as cracked
It
up as
was
people make it up to be.
like-
Like your family will say like, oh, you've been training for this because you never leave your room, like joking
Like,
about
no,
it.
because you think it'd be great, and then after like the first day, you already realise this is what it's going to be like for like the next year. And it was just too much. Like, I ran out of games to play so fucking quickly, and I've got like 800 games in my Steam library. Still haven't played them all. But like, I just got to the point of where when I was sat there, I was like looking, thinking, fucking hell. It's like every day is on repeat, and it's going to be on repeat for like the next however many months. And nothing's changing at all. And then when I went out or whatever to go like shopping, still people weren't wearing the masks. And I know like the masks are only like...
This was before vaccinations were out.
I know, but it's only like, what, 3% effective. That 3% is still 3%. It's going to stop you from fucking getting it. You know what I mean? And like, it annoys me because you go out places and people are like, well, I've got asthma so I can't wear a mask. Well, don't fucking go out. Ask someone else to go out for you then. Like, it makes sense. Why do you have to go out and ruin it for everyone else and like give people COVID when you should be the one who's indoors? And they're like, oh, well, I've got special whatever, so I need to go out anywhere. You've got friends. There's people who can fucking help you. You can order from Tesco. You can order from these places. You don't actually have to go out. And if you do, why are you the one who's not wearing the mask? And you say, oh, well, because I've got asthma or whatever. Then,
Yeah, because
it infuriates me because it's like, it's not... There's excuses for stuff, and then there's not excuses.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't excuse someone who's like, oh, well, I'm wearing a mask, and I'm wearing it over my mouth and not over my nose. You're being a cunt, regardless of like, oh, well, I'm wearing a mask. You're not wearing it though, are you? You've got it over your mouth. It's supposed to cover both. And if you can't breathe, tough. It's the point.
just
You're not supposed to be able to fucking pass it to other people. It's a good thing you can't fucking breathe.
Yeah, I always get like, I think I got a lot of flack as well when I was saying stuff like, oh, I've been vaccinated and I'm still, every time I still go in a shop I'm going to wear a mask, and then people were saying like, oh, it's, why do you have to wear a mask then if you're vaccinated? If it's like, you know, I was like, because you can, it's like, you can still carry it and you can still infect it with other people.
Exactly.
And I said like, well, because there's old people that I know probably haven't still got vaccinated because they believe everything they fucking see online. And you have a, like, I think you have a specific duty to look after old people, not some of them because they're wankers, but the ones that aren't, like, I feel like you should definitely protect those people. And then people are saying like, oh, well, it's my free choice not to wear a mask. And it's like, yeah, but it's my free choice to choose to get vaccinated and wear a mask but still while I'm going into shops. So why are you having to go at me when you're advocating for free choice and free will?
Because why not?
Excellent.
It
So-
just baffles me. It really does baffle me. Flip me
Do you
off.
remember when they did
Yeah.
the help out to eat out thing? It's like, right, we'll go to Weatherspoons, mate, and, you know, have yourself a fucking palm or whatever you're going to eat, and then just get fat, and we don't fucking care.
I think help out to eat out was to.
I think it was kind of a
help
mistake.
to eat out.
It was like, you know, like, let's get everyone out, but there's a pandemic.
No, because
So I was like, well, because like, there's a grey area there because we're not supposed to be 2 meters apart from each other, aren't we? We're not supposed to like mix whatever. But then again, we're going out in groups like spoons, exactly like that. We're all like marching down there to get a fucking steak or whatever.
But wasn't it a theory that the help eat out to help out was to get people, it was to get poor people to get infected.
I don't know.
Because a lot of people, most of the people that are like buzzing over high-priced food are people that don't have enough, don't have much money.
Yeah.
That's what I've always assumed. Like, I just assumed it was like get people back down to spoons because spoons are fucking everywhere. Get the infection rate up because they were trying to do a herd immunity. But that's me going into like fucking Alex Jones territory and stuff, like saying like, oh, they do it all on purpose. It was all conducted, which I don't believe, by the way. I don't think any of us
It doesn't
believe it was
matter.
conducted.
My personal thing on this anyway is just the fact that like, yeah, COVID is bad, right? Everyone's viable of getting it, regardless of who you are, your age or whatever. But like, just be careful and just be safe. Don't be an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's plenty of people, like people who are sensible will wear masks. You know, they might even wear gloves. Not everyone wears gloves. I get that or whatever, but at least wearing a mask is like showing that, you know, you've got some sort of credibility to your name instead of just walking in there like with no mask on, breathing on every cunt as well with your fucking skank breath. It's fucking horrible. Like, have you ever been in like a queue and you know you're supposed to keep the 2 meters apart and then they don't right behind you, breathing on you, right? That 3% covering me up from like getting infected That 3% of your fucking breath that's on me. I don't need
It'll
that.
linger on your
I
jumper,
don't want that.
clatter around in your fucking
I don't
mouth,
want it
like
at
a face
all.
hugger.
There's 3% chance of that not fucking happening, and you're making it happen by
Apparently,
doing
like,
that.
as well with masks, apparently Chewy sales went up fucking massively because they were promoting like, oh, you would have seen it going around like Middlesbrough Town and stuff because it'll be on the interactive fucking like advert board things, and it was like, are you tired of getting mask breath? Eat like Wrigley's or something.
Mask breath.
That's
We're
not
not
sweat
eating the mask.
No, I'm not kidding. It was like, are you tired of eating like? Because when you've got a mask on, you sometimes have to like smell your own breath because sometimes like, you breathe through your mouth.
Yeah.
Right. And then you can smell your breath and it's bad. So chewing gum people like Wrigley's and fucking whoever else makes chewy, right? It was just like,
The one company
Just
I know.
Wrigley's and that's
do you
it.
not want to smell your fucking disgusting dog breath? Right? Here's some chewing gum to stop that from happening, you scruffy bastard, right? Apparently, chewing gum sales like shot up back then.
Yeah, because... But then it's your mouth as well, because obviously your mouth's like a cesspool for germs. Like chewing gum, as much as people are like, oh, well, it doesn't. It depends on what you actually get, because some chewing gums can actually help. But like, when you're just like, oh, well, I'm going to buy nicotine gum, because that'll do the same thing. That doesn't fucking do the same thing. It stops you from wanting a fag, but do you know what? What I learned from nicotine gum, makes you want to fag more, if anything. And it makes your breath stink, so it's like, well, there you go. It's like a double whammy there for like getting shot on, so...
A double whammy for getting shot on.
Yeah.
It's a really good analogy.
Like cigarette prices have gone right up, and they're like, "Oh, we're trying to ban smoking. You know, get a Britain free of smoke. You know, so our generation from the next generation doesn't grow up smoking. Your generation grew up fucking smoking. The next generation's grow up smoking.
The generation that
Like-
grows, the generation that tell us, I'm going to say our generation, but it's something
And what's going to happen with all the tobacco? Like, what's going to happen with all of it?
Yeah,
because
but
we're
as a
still growing
generation-
tobacco.
The generation that says, oh, you need to stop smoking, and the same people that smoked in buses, in cinemas, in hospital waiting rooms. You know what I mean? It's the
Yeah.
same fucking people that say you shouldn't be doing it because it's bad for you.
But you're the
how
one who
come you
fucking
didn't
started
see
doing it.
How come you didn't see it back then, but now you see
No,
it
because
now?
back then they were like, but it's healthy for you, and then obviously people started dying left,
They used
right,
to
and centre with
advertise
cancer
cigarettes
and
to
stuff.
kids in the 40s, if I remember
Exactly.
correctly, it was the 40s.
In Russia, I think it is. You can be 14 and buy cigarettes.
You have to be 16 and join the army.
Well, there you go. Like, how mental's that? But, like, you see 14-year-olds walking around Britain with cigarettes, and you're like, well, where'd you get them from? Oh, my older brother Derek got me them. I'm like, oh, right, did he? What a mint Christmas gift he got you. Well done. Did he get you a scratch card as well and a pat on the back? No, I don't think so. Like, we're not going to get to a point in Britain, I don't think, where it's going to be smoke-free. If they stop getting cigarettes in, people will just start importing them, and people will still be smoking them.
Yeah,
And
'cause,
people are like, where are you getting these cigarettes from? And it'd be like, where are we getting weed from? It'd be like the same thing. People are just importing them from anywhere because it's making money. Someone is going to become a cigarette dealer out of nowhere, and it's going to be like
Like
a...
menfuls.
Yeah, it'd be like an A-class drug that gets banned, but yet people are still buying them from somewhere
Where can
else.
you get me menfuls from?
Exactly, yeah, scratching around, where am I going to get my menfuls from? Fucking hell, can't deal. Oh, I need the backy
What was
buzz.
it called when was it Prohibition?
Yeah,
Because they can try and do Prohibition on cigarettes.
exactly, but it won't work, because
You can't
even during the
prohibit anything, to be
Prohibition,
honest.
they had back rooms and like, what were they called?
Speakeasies.
Speakeasies for like smoking and drinking, but drinking was the thing that was banned. But like, you know, smoking a drink goes hand in hand, and then what happens? You have a fucking session on your hands, 10 Downing Street, boom, there you go. So, no, you bring your cheese and wine or whatever, you know, you sit down.
Take
you
your
know,
cheese and wine and shove up your
sit
fucking
down
arses.
in Parliament, smoking your cigarettes or whatever.
Smoking a
Like,
doobie.
yeah, there you go. Right, we're gonna ban cigarettes while you're having a cigarette, right? What's gonna happen when there's no cigarettes left? There's all these tobacco fields and stuff. What are you gonna do with all them? It's not gonna be like Far Cry 6, where apparently they found the cure for cancer through tobacco, because it's not gonna happen that way.
Really?
Yeah, Far Cry 6. The plot behind it is it's a chemically treated tobacco plant that can cure cancer.
But do you have to smoke it?
I don't know, but that's what I'm saying. We're not gonna have shit like that. What's gonna happen with all the tobacco fields and things? Where's all the money gonna go from them?
Don't get
You
used to
can't
anything
just
else.
stop it, if you know what I mean. There has to be something in place for it.
It's like with people like I'm definitely pro vaping because I feel like vaping is a good substitute for not smoking. And a lot of people say, well, you get popcorn lung, you get just as bad stuff from smoking. It's like, well, okay then, maybe if I said you shouldn't really vape because it's bad for you, you shouldn't really smoke because it's bad for you. But a lot of the reason why I'm sort of like, if you're gonna vape as an alternative to smoking, I support it because a lot of the people that make up shit about vaping being bad for you is funded by cigarette companies.
Yeah.
The amount of times I've said this to you,
But then it's like the
cigarette
opposite,
companies
because
that
the cigarette
endorse
companies
anti-vaping
like,
adverts.
right, well, let's smoke, and it was companies that were like against smoking that were like, all right, well, smoking's bad for you, and then they were against something, and it goes on forever.
It's all
It's an
about-
infinite
it
loop
is-
of like just saying don't do that, even though
Because I
beforehand
kind of
it was
feel,
alright.
I kind of feel the way that health and safety goes, well, in terms of like profiting off people, is that health and safety will say stuff like this is bad, this is good. Sales of the good thing go up, sales of the bad thing go down. And then when the the thing that they said is good is actually bad, then they'll change their mind, because the second that people start getting ill from it, and like people start ending up getting like
The shit themselves.
complaints and stuff, they change up the formula and say this is the new thing that's different from the thing that was killing you.
exactly, and then
You
this,
see what I
this new
mean?
thing will start killing you instead.
It's
so.
all about, it generally is all
Well, it's
about
like-
money and not causing hysteria to stop you from getting
Exactly.
said money.
I think the moral of this episode today is do what you want, and if you want to inject
Pretty much.
goldfish scales into your arms and eat the corpse,
Do
corpse,
it. Yeah, fish.
why not?
Don't smoke.
Yeah,
Bye.
don't smoke. Yeah, don't smoke and eat goldfishes.
Here,
Cause
smoke, then inject the goldfish scales into your arm, eat the goldfish,
Smoke.
go back, stop yourself from
do you know what?
smoking.
I'll tell you what. To round this episode off, I need a cigarette now. You know.
So what you need to do is you get a goldfish, you get a fag, take a drag from the fag, right? Blow it into the goldfish's mouth, so little tiny smoke ringlets come out of its bumhole, right? And then time travel back in time to stop Hitler. There we go.
No, what's the point? Just like before you end it though,
Yeah.
like right, we've got like what 5 minutes left.
5 minutes left.
So if we just like say we're gonna have a smoke-free Britain, right, and that ends up happening, we're gonna have all this tobacco, and we're not gonna know what to do with it, right? But then it'll get into a point where it's like right, like in South Park, where like we're not gonna eat meat anymore. Then you've got too much cows, you've got too much chickens, and blah blah blah. Like rabbits, there's a thing that's why we breed like rabbits or whatever, because obviously things will keep growing and growing and growing. That's why we have to get rid of them. If you know what I mean. But then we have to do it in moderation, because if we don't do it in moderation, there's too much of said
That's what
thing.
I was going to say.
That's what I'm saying. So if they can't just go, we're going to be a smoke-free Britain, because there'll be too much tobacco and there'll be nothing to do with. Like you'll have nothing at all to do with it all.
Because I think you have to limit it, and then when tobacco supplies finally like
Like,
tobacco,
besides
let's say
smoking,
tobacco went
though-
extinct,
no, listen,
I think
listen.
people have to get used to it.
Besides smoking, what else is tobacco used for?
Chewing.
Yeah, but besides, like,
I can't
like no
actually
one's going to
think
just
of
decide to
anything
chew
tobacco's
tobacco,
wrong.
though. That's what I'm
Ciggies.
saying. Like, what is like a mass thing that we use for tobacco besides smoking?
What can you make out of tobacco?
You make all sorts of stuff out of tobacco. You can make all sorts of stuff out of hemp as well. And, like,
Well, that's what I mean. You need
but
tobacco
that's
to
what I
make certain
mean.
things then,
But
don't
there's
you?
so much weed in the world because obviously there was a time where we couldn't have it at all. That's why there was so much of it. There's still so much
And
of
now
it
it's
now.
like it's normal to be a
And then it'll get to a
smoker.
point where there's barely any, and then it'll be a smoke-free Britain again by 2060 when we're all Rastafarians and stuff, right? It'll happen again. It'll just repeat.
but you
History
need-
repeats itself.
But does that mean if we ever do smoke-free Britain and we start living off weed, what about joints? Because you need tobacco to make joints. So does that
Don't.
mean we just have blunts? Right, no, everyone always gets this wrong. The reason why it's called a joint is because it is joint tobacco, joint weed.
Yeah.
If it was just
No,
weed...
when
no,
you're
no, no,
saying
if it
you
was
said
just weed,
joint as the word, but if you just want to have like marijuana on its own,
it'd be a
smoke
blunt.
it, right? Not as a blunt, just marijuana on its own. You smoke
It's a blunt.
it.
You don't
You
get
don't have to just smoke it. You can
Tom,
eat
you
it.
don't understand
You
what
can
I'm
eat
saying.
marijuana as
I know,
well.
okay.
That's what I'm saying. You can eat it as well.
Okay, but like I say, it's just a gripe that I have.
So I'm
when
saying you
people
can
say,
get rid
like,
of
oh,
marijuana anyway, but tobacco.
you can have a joint without backy. No, you can't because it's not a joint. It's a
no,
it's a
I'm on
blunt
about
if it's just
marijuana
weed.
in general,
Wait, marijuana in
not
general, you can eat
joints.
it.
I'm on about
No.
marijuana in general. You can get rid of it any other way you can think of. Whereas tobacco, you can chew it or smoke it.
Yeah.
Like weed, you can like fucking make clothes out of it. Apparently, you can do all this fucking weird shit with it and stuff. Like there's oils you can make from it, and like you can smoke it, eat it, fucking dry clean it, whatever you want to do with it. Right? But tobacco is just like you can either chew it or smoke it, and that is it. So what do you do with it once you get bored of it, or whatever? You have to move on to something else so it grows back.
Heroin, man.
So that's what I'm saying. So when we apparently stopped smoking weed.
Yeah.
Stop smoking cigarettes or whatever in 2025 or whatever, it'll come back at some point where we have to smoke it again. And they'll be like,
We don't
right,
have to
we've
smoke
made
it.
new cigarettes where we've taken out all the addictiveness and all of this, blah, 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 so you can smoke it and it's alright now. And then it'll happen again in the future.
I can't
Everything
feel-
recycles itself.
I kind of feel like cigarettes are becoming, well, not extinct, but I think they're trying to phase out cigarettes by doing, I know this is going to sound weird, but like shadow kind of movement. So, think about it. So in the 60s and the 70s and that, people were smoking in, like I said, cinemas and like buses and hospital stuff, right? And then eventually it was, you can smoke in pubs but only in smoking areas. and then it got to you have to smoke outside of pubs then, and then people started doing it. Some people weren't against it, and a lot of people actually stopped smoking because they couldn't be asked going outside to smoke, right? So they're doing that secretly, and then with tobacco companies, like when you get like a pack of Amber Leaf and you see like someone's fucking like open esophagus full of like yellow shit, and you think that's what happens when you smoke, your lungs turn into fucking tandoori and all this kind of shit. It's like, and then they took the packages off, they took the labels off the packages where it was like really fucking funny pictures of people dying, which is a fucked up sentence in itself, really. I feel like they're slowly trying to phase out cigarettes anyway, but under our noses, but not under our noses because they tell us that it's happening, but they don't. But they're doing it in such an extreme way that they're saying that we're gently trying to phase it out. They're not trying to fully get rid of it.
Yeah.
Because they never face up to the fact that it's a genuine fucking health hazard. Because
no, but it is.
Filters aren't biodegradable. They don't.
No, but the paper and the tobacco apparently is, even though it kind of isn't. So
just make fucking filters that dissolve in
like plastic bottles that are biodegradable, but then why is there so much in the ocean?
Because we don't recycle, we just dump, and
exactly.
that's something that needs to change. It's
but that's
not,
what I mean. Like it's
if
it's
you were
not
to
true.
because by 2050 it's predicted that we have more plastic in the oceans than fish, and we can just be eating plastic.
Yeah.
Because
I
most of
mean,
the fish
you're not going to go from
Asda,
plastic and chips instead of fish and chips, but you know.
No, but I mean, like as in when you go Asda and you ask them for a fish, there's probably traces of plastic in it.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't know. Because we just don't like to face up to the fact that there is something really fucking dodgy about the way that we do stuff. It's like what you said there with cows, you have to kill them. Yeah and no. Like I would say.
No, I'm not saying you have to kill them, but I'm saying the population would start growing massively if we all just stopped eating meat out of nowhere. Like give it about 3 years, we probably have about three times as many cows and animals as we would normally because they're starting to breed and blah blah blah. And then you've got all this meat again.
I
and
believe
what do I do with it?
I believe we can still eat meat. We can curb emissions by eating less meat, but it's not so much as like you have to stop fucking eating meat altogether. It's the way of sustainably farming it because it is possible to do so.
That's what I said earlier.
Because
about
if you think
doing
about it
in moderation.
Yeah, because when you think about it, they give all the disposed meat to fucking like people who own like big cats and stuff. Because we saw it in Tiger King.
Yeah,
like that brought that up. Where it was like we have an abundance of meat and we're not doing anything with it. We're just we're making it, we're making a lot of it, not eating all of it, and wasting it. And it's like something that it's a cycle that needs sorting.
When you go to like Tesco or whatever, and you get all the there's the meat section, there's all the steaks and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Like I think it's like a 1/12 of that meat that you see actually gets bought.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of it just gets thrown in the bin or goes off.
In the plastic containers, and they never normally take it out of the containers as well.
And that's a lot when you think about it. Like every day when you see that, like every shop you go into and you see all that meat and all that stuff that's getting like just left there, it goes off eventually.
What about butchers? Or what do they do? We use meat.
They fling it out.
I don't really think about that,
Yeah. And it's like when they have the sausages on display in the windows and stuff. They have to put new sausages up like every week. Mm-hmm. Like, could you be asked doing that every week, where you've actually killed a pig, made sausages out of it, put it over the window, and then because no one's bought those sausages, you have to take them down, throw them out, and then put new sausages up in the window.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's mental. But yeah, that
is the podcast.
Yeah.
Do any of you want to do a sign off about like anything? Like, do you want to tell us about your subs?
Just like if we're gonna use stuff, use it in moderation. That's all. Mm-hmm. That's like pretty much the message behind this podcast.
Don't use goldfish to time travel.
Message. Yeah, don't use a goldfish to time travel because what I said is bullshit. And it will not work. Trust me, I've tried.
So Tom, do you want to shout out any socials?
Yeah, just follow Council Certified on Spotify if you're not already. Like our YouTubes and stuff, out by names like DirectTS, Fanprick Misfit. Matty doesn't actually have one anymore, but everything's just associated by our name.
I think we are going to try and rejuvenate the Frackle 4 as well, because I would like to.
Well,
because there are videos
it's kind of not going to be the Frackle 4 anymore because of Nick's career choices, but we'll see what we can do with it.
Because of work, obviously, there's people who've got like.
I didn't mean that in a nasty way. I meant as in because if he's wanting to do certain things, he probably can't put it on YouTube if he's in it.
Why?
Well, if he's wanting to be a politician, we can't exactly have him having gravy poured over his head and stuff, can we?
Yeah, we can. It'd be funny. No, nowadays politicians fucking have twinge mustaches and ride fucking bikes all over the place.
Oh.
The world's changing, Tom.
I don't know.
They don't look greedy anymore. They're fucking fucking suck cock at
Regardless,
Starbucks
anyway.
and get 20 quid off.
Yeah.
Anyway, and also as a Christmas message, because I know Anna's probably going to watch this in her free time. Thank you for having us, Anna. We really, really appreciate it. We love you so much.
Just stay over.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
So see yous all. Take care and have a good New Year's because, like I said, this will be out in March. Bye.